what is this verse telling us? This verse is telling us that there was, first, the gospel message was passed on. And then what happened? Then corruption set in, which means somebody came and said, oh, no, don't worry. No. And then what happened? They corrupted. It became apostate. Not all, but some of them were deceived into disobeying God, into doing other things, into worshiping God in a way that He has not ordained. And that is why the angel is going about saying that, look, this is corruption. All the things that have been done, don't corrupt your life, don't corrupt your soul, don't corrupt your life. Worship God. And if you remain in that corrupt state, that is why we are asking the question, one has to be faithful in his or her Christianity. If you are not faithful, why do we say faithful? Faithful means that, well, we know some people say they are Christians, and yet they are doing other stuff. You know, many people say they are Christians in name only, but there is no, it's just in the name, and it's the quality of what they are saying is not there. It's just say that, oh, I'm a Christian, that's it. But then when it comes to going about doing things that the world is doing, then they involve themselves. Here is the reason why the angel is saying Babylon is falling. You know, so all the things that the corruption, the fornication, the everything that was done in the wrong way, people who are into secret societies, this is what God is talking about. All those things that they are doing that is sinful, God says an end is coming. That's what it says, fallen. Fallen means that all those things. The reason Babylon is named because Babylon was the center of sin. And so God is saying that the end has come. And the Christian must make sure his Christianity is real, genuine, authentic. Verse 9, Revelation 14:9 says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented, he or she shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. What are we learning here? The question is that, are you a faithful Christian? Is your Christianity a faithful one to God? Remember, verse 6 starts with, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of the heavens, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. And he proclaimed, verse 7, fear God and worship him. Then verse 8 says, and there followed another angel, which means with the first angel, another angel followed him, and that was saying that, oh, Babylon is doomed, Babylon is falling, Babylon is going to be destroyed, or it's destroyed. Actually, it's a past tense. It's not that it will fall, it's already fallen. And then all those who supported it are also going to be, reap the judgment. Then verse 9 says, a third angel. So you can see that 3 angels now. And that angel says, with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive the mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture. What is he talking about? Again, last time we identified the fact that the beast is not actually a beast, a goat, a lion, a bear. No, talking about a king, a president, a prime minister, a pope. It could be anybody with a great authority. And the image is also somebody who can also be represented as a president or vice president or vice premier or whatever it is. But in any case, we are being warned here. Verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man or woman worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, he is going to pay. What are we learning here? We are learning about virus, vaccinations, and all the things that is going on around. In some places, they are forcing them to wear masks because they feel that those people who don't wear masks, they are contaminating people. So they have to force them to wear masks. In some places, they are saying that you have to be vaccinated and to avoid the spread of the virus. And so God is saying here, be careful. Well, anyone who receives the mark of the beast and of his image. So God is reminding us, we know what is going on, and people are in panic. They are afraid for their lives. And they are saying that, okay, isolate yourself, quarantine yourself, and do all of these things, because if you don't quarantine yourself, you would contaminate other people and other things. And for that reason, many people are thinking about, oh, the cure is vaccination. But is vaccination the real issue? Look at some countries where we believe Denmark has already instituted a compulsory, they passed the law in their assembly or whatever the government, whether it's an assembly, but they've already passed a law enabling everybody to be vaccinated. And it's called forced vaccination. And what does the scripture say here? Forced vaccination means that you have to be vaccinated. If you are not vaccinated, you can't get around, you can't do things, you can't go about things, you are not even allowed to go on transport. They say, I think they listed about how many. Someone identified 9 things. Forced isolation and treatment, which means you all be put in those who refuse to be vaccinated are going to be put in prison. They are going to ban events, which means they are going to restrict you, just as they are doing in some parts of the country or the world. You can't gather. They will close, institutions, public institutions. The first is again forced isolation or treatment or imprisonment. Second is ban events beyond a certain size of people, which means 10. You can't have more than 10 because you are being banned for it. 3. Close public institutions. 4. Close schools, daycare, facilities. 5. Disregard patient rights. You can say that because we are a Christian, no, they will not agree to that. 6. Limit access to transportation. You can't fly, you can't drive, you can't go anywhere. 7. Restrict visitors to hospitals and, places where they have old people or elderly people. 8. Institute means to secure supplies. So they are going to take control of supplies. And then they are also going to seize public properties. This is what was passed in the law in Denmark. And if Denmark is passing this law, then what are other nations going to do? Wouldn't they follow the same?